Hey guys, so today we're going to look at content sites versus squeeze sites. We're going to cover what a squeeze site is, what paid traffic is, and the pros and cons of building a squeeze site. And then we're going to look at what a content site is, what SEO is, and the pros and cons of building a content site. We're going to have examples of both squeeze sites and content sites. We're going to have my comparison and my thoughts on choosing between content sites and squeeze sites. And then we're going to have a look at seeing if whether or not one website can be both a content site and a squeeze site. And finally, we'll have my suggestion for fellow Jetpack members and anyone looking to build a new website. Okay, so what we're going to do first is look at squeeze sites. What is a squeeze site? A squeeze site is a website that doesn't have much content. It's designed to get people to visit a squeeze page and sign up for an email list by giving away something for free. The traffic is directed to a squeeze page and not to the actual website or blog post, so you're not going to see like a ton of different content and blog posts. Squeeze sites don't use SEO to get traffic, as it's really hard to rank a squeeze page on Google. So when you're building a squeeze site, you won't be using SEO to drive traffic. So you'd be using what we refer to as paid traffic. Paid traffic is obviously traffic that you pay for. It's traffic that is usually directed to the squeeze page in order to generate an opt-in to an email list in exchange for a free ebook or a resource like a cheat sheet or something along those lines. So for example, if I had a list in, say, the dating niche and you were in the same niche and you wanted to promote your squeeze page to generate opt-ins, you could pay me a certain amount of money to promote your website and your squeeze page to my list. Okay, so that's an example of paid traffic. Squeeze page and sign up funnel need to be on point for paid traffic to be effective, and your free ebook or resource needs to be irresistible, otherwise you can end up driving traffic to your squeeze page and just nobody will opt in. Examples of paid traffic can include things like Facebook ads, PPC, solo ads, and many other forms. There are also cheap/free ways to drive traffic to a squeeze page as well, so don't be afraid of building a squeeze site just because it's going to involve some money. Methods like Kindle ebooks or posting on YouTube are free. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take a look at some examples of squeeze sites and squeeze pages just to give you a better idea of what these kind of sites are like. So here's the first one we're going to look at. This is actually my site, as you would know. Okay, so here I have the website loaded up. What we're going to do is hit this free training page, and then it's going to load up the squeeze page. Okay, so as you can see here, there's just a bit of information, and then at the bottom here you can see where you can enter your name and enter your email to opt in. So in this example, what you would do, or what I would do, is drive traffic to this page through paid traffic methods, could be it YouTube or Kindle books or paying someone to post on their email list or anything like that. Okay, so our next example is another one of my sites, getthedreamguy.com. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so here we have the Get the Dream Guy website. As you can see, there's not much content on here. This is all placeholder text. It's nothing relevant. There's no blog post or anything like that. The site itself doesn't even look really good. But that doesn't matter because the traffic isn't being driven to this website. It's actually being driven over here to the squeeze page. As you can see, it's similar to the other one. It has a heading here, some information, some text to kind of get you wanting to sign up for this ebook. It says free ebook here. There isn't a picture or anything at the moment, but there will be in the future. As you can see here, there's just an email and then a name, and you subscribe to it. Okay, so the next one we're going to take a look at is the risetothetop.com. Okay, so here we are at the website. We're going to head straight to the free training section. Similar kind of thing. You have a heading here, a bit of pictures, some information about what you're getting. In this case, it's a webinar replay. If you hit claim my spot, it will ask you for your email address and you'd opt in, just like with the other ones. Okay, so for the last example, we're going to look at amyporterfield.com. Okay, so here we have the website. We're going to head straight to this page. So this is another example of a squeeze page on a squeeze site. A free live masterclass and a heading, and then just straight here, a call to action when you press this button. Will ask you when you want to show up for the webinar, and then for your first name and email, obviously for you to opt into the email list. Okay, so now that we've had some examples of squeeze pages and squeeze sites and we know what they are, we're going to look at the pros of a squeeze site. So one of the pros is it's much quicker to get traffic than from SEO. There's no need to continue to create new content as well. There's no need to worry about Google algorithm changes that would affect your Google rankings. And there's various different methods to drive traffic to a squeeze page, and not all of these methods will empty your pockets. They don't all require large investments. There's much more diversity in traffic generation as well. If you're focused on SEO, well, you only have Google or other search engines to get traffic, whereas with a squeeze site and paid traffic, there's a lot of different ways. Okay, so now we're going to have to take a look at the cons of a squeeze site and going down the paid traffic route. First of all, generally it requires you to invest money up front before you start making money, which could be difficult for people who have a low starting budget and are unable to invest up front. And also with some methods of paid traffic, once you stop, your traffic also stops. And you could also have a situation where you end up investing money and not seeing any returns. So let me give you an example. Let's say you pay someone in the same niche as you to advertise your squeeze page and your free ebook to their list. It's possible that their list isn't very responsive. Some people might not check the emails. The ones that do might look at it, see your free ebook and just think, you know what, I don't really need this. So in that case, you might end up spending money and then not getting any returns. Okay, so now that we've covered everything to do with squeeze sites and paid traffic, and you have the basic idea of what you need to know, we're going to have a look at content sites and SEO. Okay, so a content site is a website that has a lot of content, such as articles, blog posts, and things like that. It's updated often with new articles on new topics. It targets different keywords for each article, and it wants to rank on Google for different keywords, hence the whole use of search engine optimization, or SEO. Okay, so what is SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. It's the process of using different optimization strategies to get your content ranking on the first page of Google. There's tons of different factors that influence where a website or blog post ranks on Google. Examples of SEO factors include things like on-site optimization, off-site optimization, backlinks, unique content, etc. There are tons of these factors. SEO is basically the game of trying to get your website ranking higher than other people on Google. So let's say you have an article or blog post on weight loss and you're targeting these keywords like how to lose 10 pounds in 10 days. When someone types that into Google, you want to aim to be the first website that they see. That's the whole idea of search engine optimization. Okay, so what we're going to do now is look at some examples of content sites and SEO. This is going to help you get a much better idea of what it's like to be trying to build a content site and trying to be doing SEO. Okay, so the first example we're going to look at is thepursuitofadream.com. I know what you're thinking. We had a look at this site already for paid traffic and squeeze sites, but later on we're going to talk about how a website can be both a content site and a squeeze site, so just don't worry about that for now. Okay, so here we are at the website. Previously I showed you the free training page where it was a squeeze page, but you can also see that there's some content here, right? Quite a lot of it as well. And it's all about how to choose an awesome domain name. So if I was focused on SEO, I'd be trying to rank on Google for as high as I can for this blog post. So if I go to Google here and we type in how to choose an awesome domain name and we hit enter, a content focused SEO site would be aiming to be at the top around here, ignoring the ads, which I'm currently not because I haven't done any SEO work at all. Okay, so the next example we're going to have a look at is nerdfitness.com. Okay, so here we are at the Nerd Fitness website. If we scroll down a little bit, you can see a lot of different blog posts and content here, which obviously tells you straight away this is a content focused site. So if we click on this article here and wait for it to load up, this article is definitely targeting the paleo diet or things to do with paleo diet. You can see there's quite a lot of content on here. If we pop over to Google and we type in paleo diet, which is referred to as a keyword, anything we type into Google here is a keyword. Keywords all have different difficulty levels, but I'll be talking about this in a different video, so don't worry about that. Let's hit enter. And if we go down a little bit, you can see Nerd Fitness showing up here. Now, ideally, you want to be as high as possible on Google after you've been searching for a certain keyword, but down here is still pretty good. As long as it's on the first page, you'll get traffic. The higher, the more traffic. So what we're going to look at next is an example of SEO, content sites, and list building. Okay, so here we are on Google. We're going to look at a live example of a content site and SEO. So we're going to type in a keyword into Google. It's going to be how to lose weight fast. And if we scroll down, we're going to pick one of the top results. We're going to look at authority nutrition. Wait for that to load. So you can see they're clearly targeting the keywords how to lose weight fast. They've got a lot of content here, so it's obviously a content site. And you can see in this corner here, evidence-based nutrition tips and a free copy of the ebook straight to your inbox. Sign up today. That would be you entering your email address and then signing up for their email list. So this is a clear example of a content site using SEO to get people to sign up for their email list. So now that you know what a content site is, we're going to look at some of the pros of building a content site. The first one is that it could be pretty much free if you're willing to do all the work yourself, because it's actually possible to do that, unlike with paid traffic where you would have to pay someone else to send an email to their list or something like that. But you'd have to be willing to do like the content writing, the keyword research and things like that. Once you've ranked on Google for good keywords, you'll continue to see traffic daily. You do have to maintain your keywords, but you don't have to keep paying for more traffic like you would with paid traffic. If you've built a strong authority site, future articles with new keywords will be much easier to rank. And now for the cons of a content site. It's very time consuming to get started, especially if you're not able to outsource. So if you want to do all the work yourself because it's free, you'd have to do all the keyword research, you'd have to write all the articles, which can be quite time consuming. SEO is a very long game and it could take months to rank on Google if your keywords are too competitive, so it might take a while before you actually start seeing any result or anyone actually landing on your website and signing up to your email list. Algorithm changes can drastically affect your rankings and may require you to build up your rankings again. So you might have a blog post say, how to lose weight fast, and it's ranking really well on Google.
After an algorithm change, that could change and you can go from page 1 to page 3 or 4 or 5, and you'd have to build that ranking up again and figure out why you dropped. And you only get one source of traffic from search engines, specifically Google, whereas with paid traffic you can have multiple sources. So next I want to run through a quick comparison of squeeze sites and content sites. The first thing I want to note is don't be afraid of building a squeeze site just because of the costs involved, as there are many ways you can drive traffic to a squeeze page without emptying your pockets. Secondly, building a content site can cost you money too if you aren't willing to do all the work yourself. If you manage to build a trusted authority site, ranking future keywords will be easier and you'll get a regular flow of traffic. So there's pros and cons to both methods, which makes it kind of difficult to choose one. So by now you might be wondering, is it possible to build a squeeze site and a content site on one website? Yes, and it's actually very popular. You've actually seen a lot of examples with the ones I've been showing you. It's actually the best possible solution, as you'll be driving traffic from multiple sources and not just reliant on one source. So if you think about it this way, if you have a content site and then Google has some algorithm changes and you lose a lot of your rankings, well then you wouldn't get any traffic. But if you had implemented paid traffic at the same time, you'd still be getting traffic from those methods. And on the other hand, if you had a paid traffic website and all of a sudden you just had to stop doing the paid traffic methods or they weren't working as well, you'd have SEO to fall back on if you already built up that ranking with multiple keywords and different articles. So at this point you'd probably be thinking, but what do I build first? I can't work on both at the same time. And that's pretty much correct. I don't think you can do both at the same time. It's better to just focus on one. So here's my suggestion for fellow Jetpack members and anyone else who wants to build a new website. I wouldn't try to build both at the same time. It's just splitting your focus. There's no reason to have a plan B because it distracts you from plan A. So get plan A done first and then work on plan B. I don't think you should start with a content site and SEO first, and the reason for this is because it takes a lot of time to build this up and you probably get demotivated along the way and just feel like it's not working. So it's probably better to start with paid traffic and start with building a squeeze site so you can focus on optimizing your squeeze page and sign up funnel. That way when you start driving traffic, you start seeing some results, you can reinvest that effort, the profit into SEO and content sites. So essentially what I would do is I would focus on optimizing my squeeze page and a sign up funnel, making it as good as I can for conversions. And then I'd look at the cheapest methods I can use to drive traffic to my squeeze page. So things like maybe YouTube, Kindle books and things like that. Anything where it doesn't cost much money. And then I'd see what results I get. And if I do start making profit, I would either reinvest that in paid traffic again to build it up more, or maybe I'd start looking at content sites and adding content to my website and trying to get rankings so I can get traffic through SEO as well. But I'd definitely start with building a squeeze site first. So that's pretty much everything I have to say when it comes to content sites and squeeze sites. What you need to do now is just take action and make a choice. But here's a few quick notes before we leave. My suggestion is just a suggestion. You don't have to follow it, so you don't have to start with paid traffic and a squeeze site. You can do a content site with SEO if you want. Use the pros and cons I've given you and make a choice depending on what your situation is. It could be different for everyone. You might just feel like, you know what, I don't have any money to invest. I don't want to do paid traffic. Maybe I'll just start with SEO and see where it takes me. That is totally fine. Make sure you understand what each type of website consists of and what you will need to do in order to succeed. And then just take action, alright?